Demand more. Get ALLMAX.
This is one of the gyms I typically train at, and it's Destination Dallas. Reason behind it, I started when it was Metroflex Plano when it first opened up. I was one of the original guys there, and I worked up my way when I was an amateur into the pros. And it kind of was established somewhat of a home feeling, and you have your people, so to speak, you're with, and almost like your team. But the gym's notorious for having a lot of weight. It's got a great atmosphere. Those are two things I think that could make or break a gym. Is if you don't have enough weight, it's going to somewhat limit you and your how far you can go. And then if the atmosphere is not there, if it's just kind of a fitnessy gym where it's just kind of the music's not loud, the people in there aren't motivating, because you walk in the gym, if you see somebody busting their butt, they don't have to be a pro bodybuilder. To me, that's motivational. So that's one of the things. And then my training partner, he's there with me, so it's just all the things that work together that make it one of the gyms I like to train at.
You got this. Come on. Come on. Up. Good. Easy. Up. Good. Up. Good. Come on. Up. Good. Up. There you go. Easy. Come on. Good. Up. Good. Up.
One of the keys I've been working on is try to build up my chest to get more depth to my side shots when I'm posing, is incline barbell press. The biggest thing to this I've noticed help increase my upper chest is minimizing my range of motion a bit and not going super low, not extending all the way up. And what that does is help keeping the tension in the more I actually feel in my chest, because I'm a shoulder dominant guy, I'm tricep dominant, so those like to take over during the movement. So ideally what I like to do is try to find that sweet spot that is only chest. So I usually work my way up 3 plates, 4 plates. 4 plates on average is kind of where I ended up most workouts. Today, I like to eventually, as I start transitioning from off season to pre-contest, my strength feels good. Meals are starting to get more regular, so I'm able to go heavier. And a lot of it's, it's not ego all the time. It's what can we do that's going to be beneficial to really increase, muscle, and there's a little bit of strength factor to it. But if I can increase my size, the volume, more tension, we're going to just, the idea is just to get as big as we can in that body part. So the heavy movement here, incline barbell press, we're going 500. We may go 4, may go 6, we'll see how it feels, but again, it's just, we're gonna see how we feel with it. Let's go now. Come on. I want to show them. What time is it? Whose time? Come on. Where you at? 1, 2, 3. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Up. Good. Come on. Up. Come on. Up. That's good. So we got 3 today. Just a little bit shock to the system, getting 5 plates. I haven't done it in a while, so it helps recruit some new muscle fibers. And for mental purposes, you feel like, okay, I could do that. And as I start getting pre-contest, I know that my strength's there, nothing's hurting, and I feel good. So we use this for a heavy movement for chest. With a flat kind of, I usually go between incline flat. Just make sure we hit all angles of the chest. Here's one of those variations I like to do. Hit my lower pec dips. It's a dip movement, so it's your decline, it's your lower part of your pecs, so you get that kind of 3D look that where you're, I mean, you don't want to call it a boob, but it looks like, you know, you get more of a boob on stage. In this, I like to, I mean, every gym's different, the machine they have when it comes to dips. So this one here, we like to actually do it almost backwards because we're able to use more chest rather than triceps or shoulders, which dips will incorporate. So facing it allows us to put a little bit of angle on it to use mostly pec. So you'll see how we do this. Not crazy heavy, but it's a weight we feel good for, you know, 12 to 15 reps. So we're going to go into a finishing exercise or finishing movement. It's going to be a stretch for chest. Got between about 16 total sets, 15, 16 sets for chest today. Usually the amount I like, maybe pre-contest might be a little bit more. I might add in a couple supersets, but right now we're still trying to build a little bit transition from off-season to pre-contest. So, you know, as the bigger you get, a lot of people neglect, including myself, stretching. Stretching is one of the key things, in my opinion, to stay healthy, to avoid injuries, and it just overall, you know, you feel better after you do it. And then we always say to ourselves, okay, you know, you just got to make a commitment to do it, and then it doesn't have to be, you know, 2 hours of stretching. You could, you know, we do maybe 5-10 minutes after, you know, body parts, and it sure helps. Just open you up, increase the range of motion, reduce, you know, any of the tightness or pain we may have from training. So what I like doing lately is kind of like a pullover, but it's just a stretch. We really open up our shoulders. Dan and I are both very shoulder dominant with things. So if we could open up our shoulder joints, open this way, it just helps reduce that. I've had some shoulder problems before, so it's just one of the movements that help. I guess one of the things people do ask is, when's it enough? When am I overtraining? When do I call it quits? You know, you have a lot of people ask me, how long do I train? You train for 3 hours a day, 5 hours a day. I hear, I'm like, maybe an hour and a half, and that surprises them. You know, typically an hour and a half, I'm in the gym, and then that's it. You know, because that hour I'm in the gym, it's intense, it's purposeful, and it's not like kind of lollygag, and you can, overtraining can happen over a period of time, or it could happen within, you know, an hour and a half period. You see people sometimes when you're dieting, and you don't have to be dieting, but you lose your pump. You can't, you know, you're at a point where you've almost everything you're doing, you're not feeling anymore. It's like, you know, I'm doing this exercise, but I don't feel like, you know, the blood rushing in. I don't feel that burn almost. So that's almost a point where, you know, you're done. It's kind of being spent. I mean, you can spend hours in the gym, but again, you're going to be counterproductive of what you really want to do. One of the other things is there is a set range we go for, typically between say 15 and 20 sets. Certain bigger body parts like back or legs may be 20 plus. Smaller body parts, shoulders or arms, may be somewhere 12 or 15. And that's just season training that we know, okay, that's a number of sets it takes for us to be fatigued, that we feel that's enough for us to make the progress we want to make. It just takes time to learn your body. You got to listen to your body, learn your body, and know what's typically just best for you, because everybody's different, but we just know, just due to the time we've been in the gym. Big things I try to preach to people: strength does not correlate with muscle. You know, there's guys in the gym that can do more weight than I can. They may not be as big as me, or you know, Dan may not go over 315 in incline and his chest is bigger than mine. Just there's examples where strength does not necessarily correlate to muscle size, but if you're strong, it does help. It will be beneficial to help grow. So strength something that comes over time. As you break down a muscle, repair it, it grows. Hopefully your muscle's going to get stronger. If you're just starting out, I always say, you know, learn the exercise first, learn the movement first. You don't want to get bad habits. You don't want to create any kind of injuries that could occur if you don't train right.